Easy as goblin pie.
It's a little bit suspicious.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Need some help.
Why didn't I spot a
Mm-hmm.
trap? Guess it's
Good.
not a trap in the sense you can disarm it. Probably need to know the room tile order in order to reach something. Empty hands, 2 axes, and I'm not sure what this is showing. Earlier I uncovered some writings regarding a room with these walls that leads to the lower segment of the complex, and I'll assume that this room lies behind the door that I've yet to find. Make matters worse, some writings inferred that this room contained a puzzle that was designed to keep the invaders from discovering and desecrating the cemetery and forge. Perhaps Bandath can provide some more assistance. Who the fuck is Bandath? So we probably need to do some kind of a sequence, and I have no fucking idea what it could be. I don't think I want to play a guessing game. Also, I'm not sure, how the rings are related to this. There seems to be 3 different rings. Is the pairing that I'm supposed to be looking at, or can I enter here and then walk to the? Or is it sort of like a save combination? Combination save. The same runes seem to be repeated in the inner circle. I'm not sure if this gets repeated. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're different set of runes. Right. Um, I'm not sure what is expected of
Pie.
me. I think
Pie.
we might want to try to talk with someone about this. But do we have all that many options we could talk to?
Not a problem.
And I don't understand who the fuck is the guy he's talking about. Am I supposed to find him here, or is he just a name thrown in there that has no importance? I have lightning immunity items, so I could probably just keep trying and trying. I want to see if we have additional map. Okay, I'll probably check it here. The problem is I can't go to East Haven, so that's definitely not it. Kaldahar I can go, and Severed Hand. I just don't know. The name doesn't ring a bell. I don't know if it's
Right then.
actually a person here. So going out of the entire place just on the hopes that we might figure out something, that's weak.
Good.
I'll do it if necessary,
Aye.
but I don't
Right
think
then.
that's a thing we should do right now. I think we should try the immunity through items and just see what we basically discover. 100% protection from light. I actually might have that as a spell or a spell scroll. Yeah. Complete invulnerability to electrical attacks.
How can I help? Onward.
Madness, tempest, sorrow.
You hear a loud click, followed by 11 similar sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. So basically these have probably been locked in. So we need to find out what's the second clue. Is it something different? So something that isn't on the outer circle? What is this? Some kind of an X? It seems different. I'm not sure if this is... I have no idea. Trial and error, I guess. It looks a little bit different. I don't see a corresponding one on the outer circle. Although maybe I need to look at what's on the inner circle instead. I don't see it here either. But what about the last one? Any unique ones? Not unique, not unique. I don't know. I don't think that's unique. I think that one is there. I don't know what the fuck this is. Or this. No, the rings. Rings I haven't seen anywhere. Was that it? I don't actually know the solution of this, but this seems like very different, so that was obvious. Again, this is very different. I suppose obvious. That not so much. Maybe they're supposed to symbolize some things. This would be a smith's anvil, something like that. This maybe unity, the rings. I don't get why that. Maybe tongs or something like that, or clippers. I don't know.
Ready. Aye. Done.
Ah, am I glad I didn't go venturing out in the wilderness to try to do this? Illusionist. 5th level spells. I suppose Milo is a good example of why multi-classing makes more sense. For all practical purposes, he's just one level behind the pure mage, and he can do a huge amount of more things. He also has more spell selections because he's a specialist mage. So a single level, while it can be all that important here and there, it's not important enough to account for all the interesting things you can get from multi-classing. I don't think the only problem is you can't get kits. So, and kits are usually things that make the character interesting. No 5th level spells. Okay, interesting. How about you? Yeah, 4. Oh, I was sort of expecting us to find spells here. I don't think I've found any decent spells as loot. Well, that's probably not true, but they're
I'm
definitely in the
here.
minority. It's always something
Is
you
that
just
all?
buy.
Your command?
Hmm? Right then.
Massive gear mechanism for the retractable stairwell. It is still creaking from the recent operation.
Easy as goblin pie.
How big of a map? Very small. It's actually this. Right. Tver's note. This trap has left me for dead, but it's just as well. I have felt the evil within me since the moment I stepped foot in this crypt. My actions no longer my own, my thoughts confused, my will gone. Perhaps another will discover the disturbance before it manages to overcome them. I found another route through a gaping hole in one of the prison cells in the Orok-infested area above this chamber, but that led to yet more of their foul kind and a large grotesque beast that I could have sworn was speaking with me. Perhaps the evil was within my mind even then. Orok-infested area, prison cells. I went down there already. Yeah, that was where we found one of the first seal. Fuck you!
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Not that it matters too much, I can just rest and rest and rest and rest again.
Aye.
Or not, whatever.
Done.
Not sure what's the point of forcing me to come here.
Done.
Wait a minute, I think
Yes.
I took mass healing spells right there, perfect for this situation. They were mostly in great shape after all. Minor superficial injuries and a
Easy as
couple of guys.
goblin pie.
Speak your mind.
Major injuries on the one guy who's not gonna see frontline combat.
Right here. Is that all?
Another small map.
Aye.
This beautiful monument appears to represent dwarven craftsmanship in the art of metallurgy. It also seems to have at one time been something functional. Norlinor. Defiler, have you too come to desecrate the remains of our home? Absolutely not. And why do you disturb this temple of Muradin? Well, I was hoping to learn more of the conflict that occurred within this area. Two catastrophes occurred within Dorn's Deep. I thought it was Dorn's Keep. Don't know why. The first was the destruction of our community at the hands of the orcs. More recently, there has been the occupation of our cemetery, the Tears of the Dead, by the necromancer Terrican. Terrican? Terrican is a wretched necromancer that came to Dorns shortly after the strife that put an end to our community. He was aware of the tragedy that gripped Dorns Deep and knew it would serve as fertile ground to continue his research. During the construction of the Deep, we had the misfortune of uncovering a cavern that housed an ancient vortex from the negative energy plane. Now I don't know if some being from that plane felt our presence, or if the vortex itself was disturbed by the intrusion, but shortly thereafter undead began to appear. A negative energy plane is basically anti-life. No life can exist on the negative energy plane unless it's temporary. It's why healing spells should basically destroy undead. Counters the negative energy. Are these undead invading Dorn's Deep? At first it was merely a skeleton or two, nothing we couldn't handle. But over time we received more and more reports of undead sightings. In the end, I don't think any of us were prepared for what would become known as the Battle of the Dead. Why the fuck did you build a cemetery on the negative energy rift? Ah. How did the battle begin? One morning our community awoke to the screams of the son of Yama. He'd been playing within some of the caves near the forge and claimed he had seen a small group of skeletons. He sent a few men down to investigate. They returned, badly wounded. What had they found? Hundreds of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and other undead had suddenly appeared in the vortex cave, preparing to attack the settlement. With time working against us, we assembled our remaining soldiers and went forth to vanquish the deceased. Yeah, but hundreds of undead with even greater numbers to follow. The dwarves would have been greatly outnumbered. No Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community was threatened. Our wounded began to accumulate, and many of our brethren joined their attackers in spiritual unrest that day. Just as it appeared that we might have to retreat, a miracle occurred. From within the tides of flesh and bone emerged Jama, hacking at the dead around him with a fevered glee, bellowing with laughter. With each swing of his weapon, the undead around him disintegrated, regardless of whether he struck them or not. It was a beautiful sight to see, my friend. So the undead fell around him just by his presence? How is that possible? Jama and our community were touched by Moradin that day. We later discovered the vortex that had brought forth the undead was somehow reversed, returning the spirits to their home within the plane of negative energy. Then Terrican came along. As a necromancer, he must have heard about the vortex, correct? Yes. Once our community no longer inhabited these chambers, Terrican took up residence in the Hall of Heroes with a determination to restore the vortex. He is convinced that if he unlocks its secrets, he will be able to manipulate other vortices throughout Faerun. How? It seems the energies of the vortex would kill any man that approached it. Terrican knew no mortal man could ever master the vortex. Shortly after his arrival in our home, he began preparing himself for the rituals necessary to become a lich. Fortunately, Terrican must have neglected some of the proper enchantments, as the powers he wields are inferior to much of his kind. Yeah, a proper, fully armed lich would be very tough for us. Basically because they can make themselves practically immune to physical damage for a short while. You just have to take their spells. I might be able to use summons to basically have him waste his spells and survive, but it would be a tough fight. I have no means of basically punching through his spell defenses at the moment. If so, can you stop him? Terrican is much more powerful than I. I am fortunate I continue to inhabit these chambers with my own mind. Once Terrican learns of any dead within these halls, he seeks to destroy their will with his necromantic hearts. Anything that lives, he slays. Well, I could destroy Terrican for you. That would not be an easy task. You cannot destroy Terrican by striking him down. It is his life force that sustains him, not his shell. So is this a phylactery? Liches store their life forces within specially constructed phylacteries. Most liches go to great lengths to protect their phylacteries, often placing them in remote locations where no one can find them, and safeguarding them with enchantments. Terrican, however, feels his phylactery is safest close to him, and he has placed it within a crypt in the Hall of Heroes. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, yeah, it's at risk of, and whoever is coming to kill you, it's at risk of being found. But at the same time, if you place it somewhere incredibly far away from you, you can't have any realistic way of defending it anymore. You're leaving it to chance instead of your actual skill and preparedness. So all we have to do is reach there and destroy it. The phylactery is not something that can be destroyed by common means. To destroy it, you'll need to remove it from this plane. A daunting task, to be certain. Yeah, that's not how it has worked so far with every phylactery ever in every other game. So why this one? Well, no less daunting than the other impossibilities we've been forced to endure in coming north. How can we remove this phylactery from this plane? That is where fortune favors us. The very vortex that Terrican is studying can destroy him as well. It lies within the Hall of Heroes inside the tomb of Jamath. Any undead being, regardless of power, is pulled back to that dreadful plane of existence upon entry into the tomb. That is why I have never been able to enter the tomb myself. So I would need to take the phylactery inside Jamath's tomb to destroy Terrican. That doesn't sound too difficult. Yeah, sure. Ah, but to reach the Hall of Heroes, you will need to pass through the Tears of the Dead, where Terrican resides. Not only that, but the great door to the Hall of Heroes is locked, and I'm certain Terrican possesses the key. If you defeat Terrican's physical form, make haste for the Hall of Heroes, or he will only be subdued for a short while. We still need to fight him and kill him. Okay. Tell me about Terrican. No. We already asked that apparently. Who are you? Priest of Morden, okay. Why are you here now? Terrican. Right. You suddenly feel very, very cold. Tears of the dead, tears of the dead, tears of the dead. Here. Pick a direction and go. Doesn't seem like it matters.
Yes.
How can I help?
Ooh,
Very
which
well.
might be weak enough for us to just turn them. Ghouls. Animate dead, lich, okay.
I.
Taste my steel.
Did I get experience from those? Yeah, but they're pathetic.
Not a problem.
Oh, they're fucking skeletons.
Ready for... Very well.
Your command?
What is required? Understood.
Yes. Forward.
Ready. I'm here.
I shall see.
I split you in two. Is that all?
Not sure what's the best thing to do here.
Huh?
I think I'll send out a scout. I need to know where we should try to go.
Good.
This is a easy defensible spot. Yeah, okay.
To victory.
You have my
Steel yourself.
I await your...
Gods grant me strength.
I'm not gonna fight the Lich until I know exactly where I need to take the remains.
Ready.
I am ready.
Gods
Very well.
grant me strength.
I'm here.
Your... Yes,
Die.
it shall be done. You have my...
I'll wash me beard in your blood.
I don't think I want to desecrate those either.
Not a problem.
Ready.
It shall be done.
It's constantly summoning new enemies.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Ready.
How can I help?
Yeah, good.
I'm here.
I await your instructions.
Easy as goblin
Huh?
pie.
Good. Ready.
I'll wash me beard in your blood.
Your command? It shall be done. Yes. Forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this doesn't go anywhere. So I guess what we need to achieve is somewhere behind the ledge.
Not a problem. I am off. Ready. Easy as goblin pie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm here.
Honestly, the leech didn't seem too
Huh?
bad. The
Good.
initial spell he cast protects from low-level spells,
I am ready as always.
which is not a bad
Ready.
spell to cast, but he seems like he's more in line with
Your
my
desire.
spellcaster than some kind
Is
of
that
a
all?
super high-level caster.
God
Taste
grant
my
me strength.
steel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ready.
Yeah.
Die.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Okay.
I'm here. Is that all?
You have my undivided attention.
Huh?
I think we were gonna kill the next set of undead that come our way, and we're gonna send in a sacrificial group. I want him to cast spells,
Split you in
basically.
two.
Ready. Yeah.
His basic defensive skills.
I.
Horror.
Is that all?
Juju zombie. Fireballs.
Speak your mind.
Ready. Die.
Okay. Juju zombie, whatever that is. I need to be able to spot it immediately.
I'm here.
Right. Animated group. I don't want to cast haste because I don't actually know what's involved in the tombs behind the lich.
I shall slay you all.
Weapon ineffective. Weapon
Mhm.
ineffective. As
Yeah,
expected, to be fair. Yeah, the lich can't survive that kind of punishment. Yeah, the phylactery was hidden in one of the tombs, wasn't it? Does it actually mean the sarcophagus is here?
Steel yourselves.
Right. Okay, I sort of misunderstand what was expected of me here.
Huh?
Probably one of these then.
Yeah.
I await you as you will it. I will do so.
Which is immune to damage.
Ready.
Yeah, this is not good.
I will do so.
Ready. Uh-huh.
I'm not interested in looting at the moment, I just need to find our target.
So be it.
Yes, right away.
Your command? Onward.
I'm here. Right then.
Yeah, labor calls me.
Mm-hmm. Fine, fine.
Losing my box.
I await your instructions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose it could be in one of these two.
Ready for understood.
Chess piece. This be it. Summon a bishop. Summons a priest-like ally who will automatically heal injured party members until they are at full health or until the bishop no longer has spells to cast. Summoner has no control of the bishop. Okay.
What is required? Understood.
We're sort of in a hurry, so I'm taking the risk of getting blasted by traps.
Huh? Good.
So it's one of these four. Hello, my
I am
friend.
ready.
I am ready as always.
I'm to get fucked over again.
Steel yourself.
Ready.
What is your a reasonable request?
Okay.
How the fuck do I get to the door? Is the phylactery supposed to be here? I don't think so. This is something that
Not
we
a
just needed to
problem.
pass, I think. That's where the phylactery is. I think. Possibly. Maybe. Could be.
Easy as goblin pie.
Yeah. Fine, fine.
Chainmail. Looks nice.
Ready.
Is he gonna keep sending undead after
Done.
us?
Huh? Uh-huh.
Or is he here?
You need by your leave.
Because he seems to be continuing to cast animate undead.
Uh-huh.
I'm here. Right then.
Yes.
My pleasure.
Mm-hmm. Fine, fine.
Yes?
Yeah.
Speak your onward.
Huh? Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna have to assume everything is trapped here. If I'm not seeing it, it's still trapped. Still, how the fuck am I supposed to This is a 5th level spell. Yes, this would be the first 5th level spell this guy has. I looked at the failure chance or success chances when trying to scribe spells in your spellbook. They're at basically full intelligence, they're around 90%, maybe even higher if you push them forward. But in order to get 100% success, you have to have an intelligence likely 24 or 25, which I feel is ridiculous. I suppose I just don't get the logic behind it. What's the great benefit to forcing the player through that? And I don't have a good answer for that. According to the rules is not a good answer. Have to be something more.
Aye. Is that all?
Hello, my friend.
Insurgents ready.
Ooh, it's a cat rager mummy.
Your desire.
I think we might have to suppress it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You have my undivided attention.
What the fuck are you trying to do?
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm here. Not a problem.
Huh? Okay.
Brass journal. The great monument was completed today, and it is a wonder to see. If there is any doubt of the significance of my role within the Dorn community, let it now be laid to rest. There are those who find pride and glory in the chase, traveling above and underground to ensure the good fortune of our home, but I am not one of them. I must admit, I too would take up the arms should my name be called to protect those around me. But until that day, I feel myself far more resourceful creating the weapons than wielding them. In honor of our new marble, I have created a special blade I will place with the other items commissioned for the monument receptacle. Should the day come, the our way of life is defended by a sole survivor. He will fight with the will of many, knowing that I have provided him with weapons worthy of such an honor. May this blade never be wielded, and if one day it is, may it serve its owner well. Probably should take this too. Is it a pipe? Reed instrument. Maybe it's needed to unlock the access to the sword.
Done.
Ready. Fine, fine.
Aye. Aye.
Mm-hmm. Fine, fine.
Another journal. The Resnath's journal. I knew not of fear until today. It was not taught in my youth, nor acquired through my years. Yet somehow it has suddenly arrived at my door, ready to consume all that which I have valued and all that I have foreloved. The humans, the elves, only they are capable of such character. Only they are able to bend when those around them needed them the most. Only they. I cannot face my people now, for I am a changed man, and I will not return to accept that of which I am the undeserving. Please forgive me.
Ready. Easy as goblin pie.
Oh, you think the place would be defended
Yeah.
somehow?
Sure.
I'm here. Right then.
Huh? Sounds good.
Spell Thrust. Third level can take a... It isn't exactly great, but it can take away some of the spell defenses. Not a good spell though.
Not a problem.
Oh, the Lich is here. Of course it is.
I await
Okay,
your
anything we can really
instructions.
do to it? Might be able to disrupt it enough that we can get to fighting
Ready.
range.
Okay.
The Lich. Go to
I am
the
ready as
Lich,
always.
you pieces of shit. No one cares about the rest.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Phylactery. This phylactery stores the life force of Terrican, the evil lich that has disturbed the dwarven cemetery in Upper Dorn's Deep. Most liches create phylacteries that store their life forces, protecting themselves from annihilation should harm come to their physical form. Merely possessing this item brings an overwhelming sense of dread to the holder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, did we interrupt the fucker or not?
Huh? Ready. Mm-hmm.
We lost all our buffs already. Gog has slow. Ooh, that's my own guy. Slow in the
Your
area,
desire.
and maybe a little bit of extra damage.
I sprinted Joe.
Take no prisoners!
Joe.
How the fuck do I open this?
Yeah.
Probably need
Fine.
some kind of a key.
Easy as goblin pie. I'm here. Easy as goblin pie.
Easy as couple.
Huh? Fine. Fine.
Alright.
Easy as goblin
Ready? It will be
pie.
done.
Ready.
Zombie with a journal.
You have my undivided attention.
Mm-hmm.
Genix journal. I have occupied this empty tomb for several days now, and I will be attempting to cross the cemetery once again tomorrow morning. The door to the outside passage is locked, and I know the key rests in a container built into the side of the forge monument. Okay. With some stroke of luck or higher intervention, I was able to avoid the attention of that dreadful lich on my last trip across, but upon inspecting the forge I was able to locate the receptacle. It seems likely that the monument will need to be restored to its original working state before the container's whereabouts could be determined. But I have been unable to locate anything remotely resembling a switch, lever, or the like that would activate it. I can only assume that the Lich is responsible, and as long as he is present within these chambers, I will be unable to find the key, and unable to escape. I have found powerful magic within the tomb, but even if by some amazing stroke of luck I was able to dispatch the foul creature, he has undoubtedly hidden his life force container beyond these walls. Without its destruction, his absence from this world is purely temporary, and upon returning I do not dare dwell on the horrific fate that would be stalking me. So the key is not here at all.
Ready. I'm here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Onward to victory!
All he does though is summon creatures.
Huh? Uh-huh.
Who is Virtus? I'll wash me beard in your blood.
And
Is
of
that
course it's the
all?
fucking cleric who shit his pants. Right, we need to leave here though. As Thief would have been able to do this without any real fighting, I guess. Okay, can I prevent him
I
from
wait.
escaping
Yes, it
this?
shall
What is
be done.
required? Very well.
Yes, I am off.
Ready. Is that all?
Ready. Good.
No.
I'm here. Is that all? Hmm? Easy as goblin pie.
Don't go where the leech is, you piece of shit. Okay, we're leaving.
How can I help? Onward.
Is that all?
I would have a full group invisibility spell, and I do
I am
think
ready
I
as
need to
always.
rest. I learn it. No, I didn't bother buying it, I think. Well, fuck me.
Ready. Easy as goblin pie. Aye. Done.
Need a way. Hey, we can pay him gold to heal us. Bullshit. Was this the monument? Or what monument are they referring to? Ah, shit. Cone of coal. Yeah, I have no idea what they really want me to do. Norlinor, near the ancient Dwarven Forge. Norlinor told us of Terrican, a lich that was attempting to unleash a horde of undead on the plane of negative energy into Dorn's deep. Norlinor told us that to destroy near Terrican, we would need to obtain the soul container from the Hall of Heroes and bring it into the tomb of Tiamat, also within the Hall of Heroes. We have the soul container, but we can't proceed further into the Hall of Heroes. We need to do something else. So, what was the something else? Commissioned for the monument receptacle. What fucking monument? great monument. Seems likely that the monument. Okay, what the fuck is this monument everyone seems to be referring to? Key rests within a container built into the side of the forge monument. So, is this the forge?
Done. Aye.
How do you activate it? Is this technically the forge though? I can't see the names of these areas. Gears. Okay, I can see it in the gears room. Actually, no, I can't. Fuck.
Easy as goblin pie. Not a problem.
Still, what exactly would be expected would be in the first place? Doesn't seem like there's anything here I can do. I don't recall finding any item that would be relevant to this. Great Fort. So that's probably the Forge monument. But it doesn't really help, does it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Okay, we're gonna go on a looting spree then. We need to go back to the tombs too. Maybe one of the weapons here is something we should. That is not actually a weapon, something that belongs to the statue itself. I'm just trying to collect everything, that's why I don't really care about identifying them. I need to go somewhere where I can take my time and rest.
Yeah.
Right, I'm pretty sure I've tried to find traps here for some time. And I didn't
I
find
am
any.
ready. Agreed.
Huh?
Not a problem. Aye.
Aye,
that
it
all?
is.
Your command?
Suppose we have decent enough healing that we can just do what needs to be done. The Lich is now probably permanently in the inner section. We don't have to worry about him either.
Ready. Watch me go.
I'm gonna go to the intersection and loot it too while we're at it. I don't want to leave any kind of a object that might be useful behind at this point. And we'll retreat and take a proper look at what we hold out of here. Maybe try to see if we can interact with the statue with all the items in the inventory.
He's ready.
Yeah, he's not gonna give me the opportunity to do that, is he?
You have my undivided attention.
Yes?
I shall slay you all.
Fine, fine.
I don't need the bag of holding.
I await your instructions. So be it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here.
Huh?
Your life
Sure.
is forfeit.
Ready. Good.
Rikon's phylactery is suddenly whisked from your possession and disintegrates in midair. A horrible howling is heard through the area, continuing for a small eternity. Okay. So, right. What? Oh, Worm's Tooth Glacier. It has nothing to do with this. Right. Okay. I was totally wrong. Absolutely 100% mistaking what I was supposed to do. So he should be permanently dead now, I guess. I thought there would be some kind of visual for the portal too. Some kind of vortex or a rift or something. Yeah, I was thinking this would be a much more epic thing than it ended up being. But again, this is something I genuinely like. Because it doesn't require you to use brute force to get through. Recast show. God damn it. Welcome to inventory management help. I think that's all the loot. Right. So, mission accomplished. I need to end things soon. I guess we can report our
Easy as
success
goblin
and
pie.
read the 2 journals we found. Vain. The last few weeks have been a blur, but I will recount as best as I can. Arriving at Dorn's Deep in the middle of the night did not lead to a warm welcome by the dwarves, especially with what had come to pass between both our races. As expected, the dwarves were very apprehensive of what I had to say. There were too many fresh and open wounds between both our peoples. Situations like this are never easy, but I consider myself as a good diplomat as father, perhaps better. Each day spent in council did not end until late evening, and always in pure exhaustion. We argued and bickered over the recent past events. Although we still continued to spend countless hours in council, the dwarves began to trust I hid no maliciousness behind my words. The dwarves agreed to a treaty in the name of the greater good for both our races later that week. I had been successful in my part. I saw hope for the first time in many months. The only thing left was to return home and convince my own people that this was our only chance at true salvation. The hardest part would be to convince father, but he will listen. He must listen, else let our people face death. The next morning almost made the last few weeks' work in vain. A dwarven scout arrived and told us the largest orcish army he had ever seen was only hours away. With little time to prepare, our defenses were overrun and the orcs began to pour into Dorn's Deep. We began our retreat into the depths of Dorn's Deep. Key passages were collapsed to cover our movements and buy us time. Even in such dire conditions, this allowed the dwarves to control when and where we would fight. Every battle cost the orcs dearly, as the dwarves fought on their terms, but we were still being driven further and further back. Even now, we make preparation to retreat further into Worm's Tooth Glacier. Even as grim as this sounds, I still hold hope. Hope that I will tell father of how I fought side by side with our dwarven friends as in days old. Hope that he will hear the tales of the dwarves who sacrificed their lives so that I may return home some day to reunite both our peoples. Hope to see my father's stubborn face once again. Terry Kant's journal. Evening 19. This portion of the deep has been a pleasant surprise to say the least. Not only do the ancient dwarven deterrents provide me much seclusion for my work, I have gained the ability to have their spirits become my unwilling servants in knowledge. Soon I will begin my final transcendence, and my ascended existence within this region will ensure that my power is without challenge. My new minions, unable to ever find their peace as long as my thoughts occupy what is left of their minds. Morning 23. A curious experience today. I finally managed to open the door to Jammer's tomb, and upon entering I was overcome with fatigue. At first I felt as though I may have unintentionally sprung a trap, but upon revisiting the tomb later I discounted that possibility. I felt as though life itself were leaving my body and twisting my coherence. I will need to investigate this room further in the future and exercise caution. I feel as though there may be something within those chambers that would challenge my occupation of these halls. Morning 26. I've given up attempting to open the door to Worm's Tooth. I'd hoped to have visited the area to gather some necessities for my rite of passage, but it appears to be impossible to move the door in any way without its key. I know from my readings of the lore scattered about here that the key was placed in or around the dwarven monument outside of the cemetery, but its hiding place appears to be impossible to find in the forge's current state. I'm afraid that without certain resources, the process will render me weaker than I'd originally intended, but I appear to have no choice but to use what I have. That explains things quite nicely. And it's the ghost who repairs the forge to its working conditions, so we'll get our little reward from that. Right.
Not a problem.
As the hearth warmed the room, so is my heart warmed knowing that my brothers will return to their rest. We owe you much, traveler. Glad I could help. If you gaze upon the forge, you will now notice the outline of a receptacle. Within it, Within is a key to the door in the Hall of Heroes that leads to Worm's Tooth Glacier. I have faith that the answers you seek will become clear once you reach the glacier. Thank you again, friend, and may Moradin smile upon you. You're welcome. Press now. Yay! Two-handed axe. Shit. No one is gonna use this shit. Yeah, one-handed. Okay. Celebrant's Blade. It's +4. Nothing special about besides that. Still, it's +4. Versus +5 versus cadavers. And we got the key. And we got the level up. Saving throws, weapon proficiency, all good things. Do I want another weapon maybe? I'm fairly happy with the bastard swords and long swords I've found, although bastard swords have been very few. I don't know if I want a katana. I'm sure the game has a wonderful katana somewhere, but it's not like we need it. I maybe prefer a more defensive setup. We're getting shot by a lot of missiles by the frontline fighters especially gets shot by a lot of projectiles. The ability to negate that is actually very useful. Although we'll probably have to choose another weapon sooner or later. I think it'll gonna have to wait for them. Wait. I'll do the inventory management some other time.